Issue 6. What's a mother? What's a father made of? A mother looks different from other women. Her hair isn't always done up in the latest style. Sometimes it isn't done up at all. A mother frequently has runs in her stockings. She seems to like the chicken wings and backs and the hamburger that is slightly burned, the very things that the kids and daddy don't care for at all. She never takes the last bite from the serving dish, and she always saves any candy she gets and takes it home to her children. Mother may not have ulcers, but she has versatile tears that can express anger, weariness, hurt, or happiness, sometimes all at once. One time, when Daddy forgot an anniversary, Mother cried. But the time he brought home chocolates, when it wasn't her birthday or any special day at all, she cried then too. A mother is someone who can repair the kitchen sink with only her hands and a hairpin, after Daddy has spent a lot of time with tools and plenty of cuss words. On the other hand, a father is a thing that growls when it feels good and laughs out loud when it is scared half to death. A father is sometimes accused of giving too much time to his business when the little ones are growing up. No one seems to realize that he wants to be at home more than he wants to be at work, but he feels it is his duty to sacrifice his own happiness for his family's well-being. A father never feels entirely worthy of the worship he sees in his child's eyes. He knows that he is never quite the hero his daughter thinks he is, and never quite the man his son believes him to be. This worries him sometimes, so he tries to smooth out the rough places in the road for his son and his daughter, so they can be better and more perfect than he is. A father is a perfectionist who gets unreasonably angry when grades aren't as good as he thinks they should be. So he scolds his child, even though he knows it's the teacher's fault. Fathers grow old faster than other people, and they die sooner. While mothers can cry whenever they feel like it, fathers have to stand up and take the world's blows without flinching. They hurry away from the breakfast table to spend a long, grueling day at work, grappling with the three dragons named worry, work, and weariness. What does it mean? 1. Versatile tears. 2. A father is a thing that growls when it feels good and laughs out loud when it is scared half to death. 3. A father never feels entirely worthy of the worship he sees in his child's eyes. 4. Grappling with the three dragons. Comprehension. 1. Do mothers always look in vogue? 2. Why would a mother cry if her husband brings home an unexpected little gift? 3. Why are fathers so worried about their children's grades? 4. Why do fathers grow old so fast?
Teen Talk. One. What do you think of your mom? Do you think she does what is expected of her? More than expected? Less than necessary? 2. What do you think of your dad? Do you think he does what the world expects of him? 3. What do you think the main responsibility of a mother is? 4. What do you think is the chief duty of a father? 5. Whose job do you think is harder, a mother's or a father's? Why? 6. What would you like your mother to do differently? 7. What do you want your dad to do differently? 8. Do you think your parents love you? How can you tell? 9. Do you love your parents? How do you show them how you feel? Is that enough? 10. Which do you think is more difficult, being a good child or a good parent?
Opinion samples. 1. A mother's task is never easy. She usually spends more time with her children than their father can, so she knows firsthand about every problem. She is the one on the spot, the one who has to deal with any issue directly. But the father's role is no less difficult. He has to worry helplessly from afar, hoping that his wife and kids are taking care of things okay, while wishing that he were at home to bear the load on his own broad shoulders.
Questions. 1. Why do most families have two parents? What are their roles? 2. What is a child's role in the family?
2. Good parents make good children, who then make good parents themselves. But the cycle is fraught with difficulty. In reality, the situation is that all parents are imperfect, and they also have imperfect children. On both sides of the generational gap, people make mistakes, sometimes extremely serious ones. Fortunately, the love they have for each other tends to blur the errors. The good things that they mutually do usually outweigh the goofs.
Questions. 1. Are your parents perfect? Discuss your answer. 2. Are you the perfect son or daughter? Explain what you mean. Dialogue. Man, did I get in trouble last night.
What happened?
You know I got caught whispering in math class yesterday?
Sure, everyone knows about that.
Well, my parents found out too, and they grounded me for a whole month.
Just for whispering in school?
And for not telling them about it myself.
Did you forget?
No, I just didn't want to get into any more trouble. I thought getting punished once by the school was enough.
It seems like you're constantly being grounded.
Or having my allowance suspended, or my privileges curtailed, or something.
You're in more trouble more often than any good boy I know.
It seems that way to me too.
Don't your parents love you?
Oh, I'm sure they do. They say that my punishment is for my own good, and that it hurts them worse than it hurts me. If that's true, it must hurt them a lot, because it sure is painful to me.
Oh, every parent says that. How do you know they really love you?
Well, they're very loving and generous with me. I know they make many sacrifices on my behalf, not only financially, but also in terms of giving up things they want or would like to do. They're wonderful when I'm not in trouble.
But what about now?
Well, even now, although my parents are making me stay home all month, they let me do whatever I want to do at home. So it's not like I'm in jail or anything.
That's good.
And they thought the school's method of disciplining me was unfair and that it wasn't commensurate with my infraction.
Such big words.
I thought so too, but that's what they said.
Okay. So what happened?
Well, they contacted the principal and made him change the school policy on punishment. Now I only have to do additional homework.
Well, that's good. I guess they really do love you after all.
Questions. 1. Is there a policy against whispering at your school? How is it punished? 2. Do you think the school policy is too strict or not strict enough? Defend your response. 3. Do you believe your parents when they say, "Your punishment is for your own good"? Read and discuss. Dear Dad, I wish I had some money so I could buy you a neat present for your birthday, but I am broke, so please let this letter be your present. Even though you don't wear a suit and tie to work like my friends' dads, I wouldn't trade you for anything. My friends tell me that their fathers bring home work from the office every night and even on weekends. They never take them to the zoo or to play ball in the park or fishing out in the country. I like the way you talk to me when I am down. You always get me to see that things are not as bad as I think they are, and also that they will get better, which they always do. I like the way you don't let me get away with very much. Sometimes I act mad when I don't get my way, but deep down, I am glad you are strict. I would be scared to death if you let me do anything I want. I even like it that you and Mom agree on the rules around here. If my friends' moms say they can't do something, they just ask their dads because they know their parents don't communicate well or cooperate much. And then when the parents disagree over what my friends are allowed to do, a big fight breaks out among all three of them. And I always like the way you tell me the truth about everything. When I grow up and have kids, I want to be just like you. Love, Michael. P.S. Could I please have some money to get you a present and to buy myself a new game?
Questions. 1. What kind of job does your father have? Does your mom work outside the home? 2. When you have kids, in what ways would you deal with them differently than your parents do with you? 3. What parenting methods would you probably copy from your own parents?
Pictures talk. 1. Questions. 1. What's the difference between a single man and a father? 2. What's the difference between a single woman and a mother? 3. Before having kids, what should a man and a woman do to prepare?
2. Questions. 1. Do you feel your mom loves you or doesn't care for you? When do you feel that way? 2. Do you feel your dad loves you or doesn't care for you? When do you feel that way? 3. What's the difference between a mom's love and a dad's love? What's your advice? 1. Maybe I'm strange, but I don't want to get married and have kids. I hate the very idea of endless responsibilities. Life is short, and I just want to enjoy it to the fullest. I want to travel and experience many things before it is too late, but I want to be free to do these things at my leisure. But my parents don't think it's a good idea. They say getting married and having kids is natural and nothing else matters. Who do you think is right?
2. I am about to become a refugee. My father has told me that he won't support me after high school. If I want to get a college education, I'm on my own. Or I have to find a job and support myself. I can't live at home, and I can't get any money from my parents. But I'm scared. I don't think I'm ready yet to be independent. I have no idea what to do or how to manage my life. Does anybody have any encouragement or suggestions?